Well, hello everybody, good evening and welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV and your fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness, streaming live to you via Facebook and YouTube. Great to have your company with us here on the channel this evening. Please do let us know who you are and where you're watching from, whether that be in the UK or indeed overseas. We would love to know who it is that we have joining us this evening. Now, before I bring my lovely guest mediums onto screen with me here, I'm just going to go through a few house rules with everybody. The first one for Collective Consciousness, and all of my regular viewers will know the first rule is sharing is caring. Please do share us out there. Whether you're watching via Facebook or YouTube, it's so simple to do. Via Facebook, all you got to do is just hit that share icon that you have at the bottom of your screen and paste that onto all of your own profiles or indeed any spiritual profiles that you may feel this would be relevant to. We don't want to end up in Bridgen's laundrette. Let's say that, for example. If you're watching via YouTube, again, it's very easy to do. There's a swirly arrow icon just underneath the graphics of your screen just there. If you touch that and hold it, it will allow you to copy and paste that again onto all aspects of your social media. So we would be very grateful if you could do so. Now, I did mention we are streaming live. So there is approximately a 10 to 15 second delay with regards to you placing your comments and us guys receiving them and vice versa. So patience is a virtue, as they say, but if we do engage with you, it is really important that we get your feedback as quick as possible. So if we're working with you and you're one of the lucky ones to receive a reading here this evening, please just do be conscious that your feed is really important, which allows us to move forward with the vein of your message, and just use the comment section as you would normally do to engage and speak with us, so to speak. Now, the other thing that I'd like to mention is that my two guest mediums are no strangers to the channel. You've probably seen them on here before. And for those of you that are new viewers, I will be bringing them on screen in just a moment or two to introduce them and for them to engage with all of you lovelies that are joining us here. But just for the new viewers, Collective Consciousness is a show that is purely dedicated to mediumship. And what we do with the concept of the show is to bring guest mediums to share the public platform with me, the virtual public platform, and we can join our consciousness. So we work with our guide teams, our angel inspirers, all of those in spirit that we use and help us communicate and deliver messages to you. We ask them to conjoin those energies so that we are able to work with one recipient delivering a message. And if it works, it's absolutely fantastic. And talking about if it works, tonight is the first time that we're actually going to go for a triple link. A triple link, so that's 3 mediums working with the one spirit communicator for the one recipient watching here this evening. So it's a first for the show and I'm really, really excited about it. So what I'm going to do is just say a few hellos to some of you lovelies that are joining us, and then I'm going to bring our lovely David and Helen onto screen. So who have we got with us this evening, producer Richard? Okay, I'm just being told that there are a few people saying that there's a few sound issues, but we've checked the technology this side and everything seems to be okay. So just bear with us on that one, guys. And we've got the lovely June Malkin who joins us via YouTube this evening, saying hi, Bill and guests, and good evening to you and everyone. Good evening to you too, June. God bless you. Thank you for holding space. We've got the lovely Millie B, who also joins us via YouTube, saying hi, Richard, Bill, and guests. Good evening, Millie. Thank you for being here. Kimberly Dalby is watching via Facebook, saying hello. Hello to you, Kimberly. Thank you once again for being here with us this evening. Lisa Sears joins us via YouTube, saying hello, or hello to you too, Lisa. God bless you and thank you for being here. Arlene Noon joins via Facebook, saying good evening, Bill and everyone at SPTV. Good evening to you too, Arlene. God bless you. We've got Namaste Culinary, who is watching via YouTube all the way from Minnesota, saying, my name is Victoria. Well, welcome to you, Victoria. Thank you for holding space and being here with us this evening on the channel. And Lynn Taylor joins via YouTube, saying, hi, Bill and everyone. Good evening, Lynn. God bless you. Thank you for holding space. And the lovely Dawn Lear saying, hi, Bill, you're looking well. Thank you very much, Dawn. It's lovely to have you here. God bless you. Let's bring our guests onto screen then, Producer Richard. And as if by magic, there you both are. Hello to you too.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Now, you two are no strangers to Spiritual Psychics TV. I know you've both been on the show with me before, and I think, have you individually done any mediumship demonstrations as yet? I think you have, Helen, haven't you?
Yes, I have done one,
You're
I think.
Yeah.
You're yet to, Dave.
Yet to, yeah.
Yet to. Veronica Jenkins, if you're watching, Veronica Jenkins. Guys, thank you so much for joining here this evening. I'm really excited for us to be attempting to work collectively together. And let's see if our guide teams and our angel helpers will be willing to blend all of our energies together, and let's see what messages it is that we're going to be able to share with the lovelies that are joining us here this evening. But just before we get started, let's just talk about you two. So Helen, if I start with you first, introduce yourself to those people that might not have seen you work and tell them a little bit about you.
Oh, now you're asking. Good evening, everybody. My name's Helen Ayres, and I have my own Facebook page, Helen Ayres Spiritualist Medium. I've been working now for about 5 years, in October actually. I absolutely love the work I do with the spirit world. I also run circles and teach as well, which I love. And I'm just loving the journey, really. I love the work I do, and thank you so much, Bill, for inviting me back to your show as well, because it's so lovely. Thank you.
I couldn't have thought of two other people that I would have loved to have attempted doing this first triple link with, and I'm so glad that you've both accepted to join me, so God bless you. So David, let's come over to you. Why don't you introduce yourself, my friend, and tell everybody about you?
Well, good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. So thanks again, Bill, for the invite on here as well. So yeah, I'm David Hale. Like Helen, I've got my own Facebook page as well, which is David H Psychic Medium. I'm into my 6th year of my journey, I guess you want to call it that. I also released a book last year, actually, on Amazon called Coming Down to Earth, and that's a document of my journey into development as a medium to help other people. So if any people watching that, they're on your own journey as well, I wish you luck, and the book is there. But I really enjoy what I do. I love to teach like Helen as well as doing the readings. So yeah, thanks for having me again.
Well, it's great to have you both here. So God bless you both, and thank you so much for being here. Now, shall we say a few hellos to some of the lovelies that are joining us?
Yes, let's.
Okay. So Helen, you go first, then you, David, and then myself.
Hi. Oh, hello, Sheena Lightheart. How are you, my lovely? And hope you're well, my friend. Bless her.
Good evening, Melissa Scott, watching on Facebook. Say hello to you as well, Bill. But good evening, Melissa.
Bless you, Melissa. We've got Julie Walsh, who's joining us via YouTube, saying hello, everyone. Hi there, Julie. God bless you. Thank you for holding space.
And good evening to Helen Woodball. Thank you for joining us.
Sue Chadwick, watching on Facebook. Hello to you, Sue. Thanks for being here.
Sue Lawrence joins us via YouTube, saying hi, everyone, from Melbourne, Australia. Well, thank you so much for being here, Sue. It's lovely to have you company.
I need to put my glasses on, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Karen. Oh, that's a pretty difficult. How do you pronounce that surname? Hooverleach. There we go. Hello from Spain. Welcome. First time. Thanks for joining us.
B Tara Angels. Good evening to you. Watching from Facebook there. Thanks for coming on.
Maureen Bracken is watching via Facebook, saying hi, Bill from Dublin, Ireland. Well, good evening to you, Maureen, and thank you for being here, my lovely.
Good evening to Regan King. Wonderful that you could join us this evening. Thank you.
Martin Hazel, good evening to you as well. Thanks for coming on.
And Tina Joseph, who joins us via Facebook, saying hey to you with a lovely star there. God bless you.
Oh, good evening to Stevie Ann Hamilton, who said I look fabulous. Thank you so much. Bless you. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining us.
She's like a rose between two thorns.
Oh, I love that.
We have Mandy Richards saying good evening. Hope you well and watching from Hampshire. We're very welcome, Mandy.
Absolutely. And we've got Jane Pusey, who is saying, you are my favourite, Bill. God bless you, Jane. Thank you so much for joining, my lovely. Now, guys, if you have just joined us, please don't forget to share us out there. We have got a share record to beat. How many did you share, Producer Richard? What was your biggest score? 198 in my face. Right, come on, guys. Big old share out now for Collective Consciousness this evening. Let's sort that Producer Richard out. Okie dokie. Oh, we will win. We will win. So, guys, we're going to start to build up our energies. Let's see where we can go with conjoining our links with Spirit here this evening. Now, David, I know that I've handed the reins over to you to start off this evening with regards to the first communicator. So over to you, my friend. And once you feel that you've been able to give as much information as possible, then Helen and myself will come in and see what else we can add to it.
Marvellous. Right. Well, I know being sat here, I have an older lady joining me already. And I think this older lady, she would have been a grandmother, but I wouldn't have referred to her as grandma. I feel like I would have called her Nana or Nan or something like that. Quite a short lady as well, maybe 5 foot, maybe about that height. I don't really think any taller than that from what I'm seeing. Now, as I'm seeing her in my mind, she is sat at a table and she's counting out her medication, counting out tablets. So I feel like she would have been on a lot of medication, more particularly towards the end. I don't feel like she particularly liked taking all of this medication. I feel a bit deflated just counting how many I've got to take. Now, one random thing she keeps giving to me is black currant. I have no idea why at this particular point. I don't know if that's blackcurrant sweets or she liked, I don't know, blackcurrant something. I don't know what it is, but it's blackcurrant. It could be blackcurrant jam, I suppose. But it's a blackcurrant thing I've got going on here. Now, I do feel before she became a little bit ill or was diagnosed with some kind of illness, that she was quite a vibrant and happy woman. I do feel like she would have said it as it was. That's how I feel with her. But I really feel like becoming ill really dampened her spirit, is what I want to say with her as well. And I don't know if she had diabetes, but I feel like there were either blood tests that she had to have regularly. So I can almost see like a finger prick test going on. I can almost see her doing that as well. Now, I don't know if I want to go as far as saying she was diabetic, but I do feel that happened quite a lot with this lady. Now, I do also feel there was an issue with her chest, and this is just feeling really breathy. Because before I came on, I started coughing, and that's not me. That doesn't belong to me. It belongs to spirit. So there's been an issue with the chest as well. Maybe I feel more towards the end of her life as well. She's got that going on, and polishing the doorknobs. Okay, so there's polishing the doorknobs going on. So I keep seeing them in my head, and there's also some kind of memory of it's a joke that something happened with a Christmas turkey. I don't know what the joke is, but there's a memory of something happening at Christmas time with a turkey. I'm not seeing what it is. I just feel there's that memory link there. Now, I do feel there was there was a lot of females surrounding her down here. Not a lot of men is what I'm feeling here. So these could be daughters or granddaughters, but I feel a lot of them coming into the house and taking care of her. The feeling is that her husband or a partner wasn't there. May have passed a long time ago, or there just was no relationship. I just feel a lot of females coming into the house and helping with this lady as well. But she must have loved her, and maybe it's her kitchen I'm seeing, because I just keep seeing her sat at this dining table on this chair. I'm not in a living room, I'm in the kitchen, and that's where I feel like she was placed. And I've just had the month of October placed in my head as well as a birthday, passing, anniversary. I feel for the moment that's all I'm. Oh, and her hair. I know most females are quite particular about her hair, but she would have been quite particular. Not too much towards the end though. If it was more before that, she was quite adamant about how her hair looked. And I feel that's what I'm getting for now.
Okay, cool. So we've had Rebecca Whelan that's given some feedback saying, I wonder if this is my nan. She was diabetic and small in height. So it'd be interesting to see if Rebecca can identify some of the additional information that it is that you brought forward. And there we go. We've just got an additional bit of feedback saying, yes, my mum cared for my gran. So at this moment in time, Rebecca can pretty much take most of that. And Melissa Scott is also saying, I think this is my nan. So let's see where we go with what Helen's got in her mind, because I can see that it's starting to tick over there, Helen. And let's see if we can whittle this down and be taken to whom it is that we should be working with here this evening.
Let's hope so. We'll see, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's it. So I am aware of this lovely lady that David brings forward. She's a very honest person, and she absolutely said it was black is black, white is white. There's no messing around with this lady, I want to say, in that respect. I do feel like I'm just touching on things at the minute that David was bringing, but she was very particular about having her hair set or dried as well. I want to say this is when she was younger. But what I do want to say with her as well, when you were talking about tablets, I was seeing tablets with the days on each thing and lifting the packet up. It's something I have to do now as well. I have to make a joke of it, but yeah. So anyway, so she's making me very aware of that as well. I do feel I had a little bit of confusion towards the end with this lady. Yeah. I'm being made aware of as well, because she takes me to her head and there's pressure here around her head as well. I feel as well she struggled towards the end with her legs, or her mobility with her, I feel a little bit as well, because she makes me aware of that. She's got little hands and little feet as well. She was a very warm person, very welcoming, because she's made me a cup of tea. This is the new thing they do with me at the moment, everybody. I get about 5 cups of tea through the evening. I love it. So and she's bringing in the slice of fruit cake to go with my cup of tea now, bless her heart. So she would be a very warm and inviting person as well. She is referencing homemade jam. I'm seeing jam, but with the material over the top. So I've got to acknowledge homemade jam with her. And she's shown me that she's going out to feed the birds in the garden, because she's showing me a wooden bread board with the crumbs, and she's off out into the garden as well, I feel, with her. She's a really lovely. I feel like this is definitely someone's nan. And as David said, someone would be like her mum would have been caring for her, because she did struggle towards the end. And she's saying thank you so much for all the care and all the love that I received. It's what I'm getting as well with her. I do feel husband would have gone over before her to spirit. And I am acknowledging a wedding ring, please. I feel like there is a wedding ring connection with this lady. And it might be that her daughter or someone's got this ring, but she's really talking about the ring. And I want to give the month of July as well as a birthday passing or an anniversary. And I want to go to November or December time, please, as well. She's bringing in lilies. So I want to give the name Lily, or there's a significance to beautiful white lily flowers. And she's also bringing through beautiful red roses as well. I feel like this is like memories that she brings forward as well. March and April time, there's birthdays, passings, anniversaries there. Okay. The last thing, and then I'll hand over to Bill. I'm being shown a memory of like a jewellery box as well. So I don't know whether her daughter's got a jewellery box, but I know that she shows me a jewellery box as well. That's a connection with her. Okay. She's so down to earth and funny. She's taking rollers out of her hair, and she said, tell him about the rollers, because they would remember I used to put my rollers in before I went to bed at night. And she's laughing her head off, but she's just got to bring that memory forward as well. Okay, I'll hand over to you, Bill, if I may. Thank you.
Bless you, Helen. Bless you. And Sammy's just giving the feedback here. Nan loved lilies, and she also loved roses. I believe there was a comment prior to that, Rebecca's also giving feedback saying that Lily was her nan's sister. So we've got two that are kind of like picking up on this vibration of this lady and associating to it. Sammy's saying mum's birthday is in March. So that would link into what you've just brought forward there as well, Helen, with regards to information. And Sammy's saying her jewellery box got robbed. So there's a significance as to why the jewellery box was brought forward there. Like you both said, there was this sense of disorientation with this lady that I also feel as she stands beside me here this evening. There's this sense of disorientation. And you know what? I also feel as well that I need to be saying that I would have almost become very silenced. It's almost as though what I want to do is I want to take my personality and I want to become more introvert with this lady. Okay, so I feel as though she's trying to make me understand that, you know, we would have really have had to have worked hard with her to engage conversation. And this was a way of us, she's saying to me, this was a way of them making me engage in conversation and keeping things ticking over in and around my mind as well. So the family that you were bringing forward, David, and I think you did as well yourself there, Helen. And again, I got a great sense, David, of wanting to lean more towards there being a dominance of ladies around this grandmother. Okay, they really would have worked hard with her just to keep that mindset going. Carly Williams, my nan passed on in December, and love Lily's. I had Lily tattooed on me, and my mum gave me her jewellery box when she passed away, and I used to put her rollers in her hair and tint it, and she loved black currant jam on toast. Wowzers. Catherine Newkirk would have been my nana, and I have her jewellery box, and her birthday is July. Right, so we need to feel now, guys, where we've got a sense of whom it is that we feel that we should be going to. I'd be really interested to know who it is that can understand with regards to Nan's personality becoming more introvert, her becoming a lot more quiet, her not wanting to engage in conversation. Not that she didn't want to, but I feel that it was because she couldn't, because of the way that things panned out towards the back end of her life. Sammy's saying, my nan was beautiful, always sat at her kitchen table, took a lot of medication, had diabetes. My nan was alone. My mum's dad passed when she was 2, and she always had blackcurrant, everything you were saying I can relate to. I feel personally, for me, I don't know about you two guys, but I feel drawn more so with Sammy than I do anybody else here this evening.
I agree.
Helen? Cool. Okay. So what we're going to do, let me just get a little bit more information from her, but you guys that can relate to this, please take from this message what you can, because this is Spirit's way of reaching not just one person, but many others. Can you just bring my previous guest's comments up, Sammy's comments, please, Richard? Because I just want to link in with Sammy just on this last part of the reading, if I may. Okay, so Sammy, I'm just asking her if she can just bring something into present day here that I can work with you, my lovely, okay? Just so that I know that I'm on the correct vein of the message for you there, my darling, okay? And the one thing that I do feel that I need to say to you at this moment in time, as she starts to work that little bit harder with me, is life should always be a breeze, okay? She's saying to me, life should always be a breeze. Sometimes we hit hurdles, and those are good hurdles, because if we don't acknowledge the knocks in life, how are we ever going to be able to appreciate the finer things that come our way? So she's given me a great understanding here at this moment in time that there's lots of knocks, there's lots of hurdles that have been placed within your pathway at this moment in time, you would understand, my darling. But I don't want to be fazed by this, because if she gives me an understanding about you personally and the way that you deal with things, you must understand that you're a real fighter. You know what? You don't allow things to knock you back. You just continue to forge forward in life and don't allow anybody or anything to drag you back, you would understand. And this is very much like this lady's personality, like Nan's personality, the way that she would have been in life before she would have encountered all of those ailments that would have led to her passing over to spirit, you would understand. Again, I feel as though I want to be saying to you, as much as she gives me a direct approach with regards to wanting to speak my mind with her, I feel that this is something that you've actually championed, and you can take the crown to as well, because I feel very proud and I feel very comfortable with saying that, and she's just given me a pat on my back as I've done so. So that's what I just want to place with you, Sammy, and I hope that that relates and you can understand what it is that she's given me and the context of those words that she's asked me to share there. So guys, I'm going to hand over to both of you to maybe see if we can just pass this lady back over to the angels with a parting gift. So David or Helen, what have you got?
Want to go, Helen?
Yeah, I want to give a crystal, actually. I feel like I'm being shown a heart-shaped crystal, which is but it's in an amethyst. Okay, but it almost like, I want to put a necklace on you and it's got a beautiful amethyst heart, but I feel like I want to send a lot of emotional healing to you, my love, at the moment as well, because I feel like I was linking a little bit there with Bill, and I want to say it's been an emotional time for someone. If it's not with you, it's around you, I want to say. So spirit world are trying to bring in a lot of healing for you, my love, at the moment, okay, with this. And they're saying keep strong, but they're proud of you, as Bill said, because you stood up to someone and you stood your ground, and they're really proud of you for doing this, standing up and saying, okay, this is how it is, and speaking up. You know, if you haven't, then I feel this is what spirit would like you to do, so that you're not carrying that burden, my darling. All right, and now I'll hand over to David. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Last thing I just wanted to give is not necessarily a watch as in a literal watch, more symbolic, because what I feel like she's also saying is don't waste time, or don't stop watching the clock. It's a little bit like when you're at work and you look at you want to go home and it's like 1 o'clock, and you look at the clock and then it's almost 1:05. You then look again, almost 1:10, and it's almost a sense of don't allow time just to stop. Live your life as well. Live it. Don't waste time, and make the most of what you've got and every moment that you've got left here. That's what I want to leave you with.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. And Sammy, just the final parting words, just before I send her energies away. For some reason, she keeps saying to me about the love of scratch cards, you would understand. Or I love a scratch card with this lady. And if it's not placed with her, then it's definitely with you, okay? But she just brings that into the forefront of my mind just as she starts to make her way back there to the angel. So we're going to say God bless you, and thank you so much for giving myself, Helen and David the opportunity of working with you. And for all of you other lovelies that could relate to some of the information, please do take comfort from that, and we'll say God bless and thank you very much. How lovely was that, guys?
That was amazing.
It was good. That was amazing.
Yeah, really good.
There we go. Right. So we've got Laurie Garner says, beautiful message. Thank you, Laurie. And you're watching via Facebook this evening. Lovely to have you holding space here with us this evening. Shall we go into another message, guys?
Yes.
Helen, are you supercharged and ready to go?
We'll see. Supercharged, I don't know about that. I need batteries. I'm only joking. Right. Let's see where we go. Okay. I have a lovely lady's energy building up here with me. Again, she keeps changing her height. Hang on a minute. I had 5 foot, and then she's going a little bit taller than that, but I do still feel with this lovely lady, she's a short build, a medium build, and short in height. Okay. Right, her hair is sort of my sort of length. It's got a slight wave to her hair. Again, she's very particular about her hair as well. I feel like this is mother or grandmother link, as this lady's coming in here as well. She was a beautiful soul, very kind, very caring, and she's coming around her daughter. So I do believe her daughter's here. She's talking about her daughter and wanting to send a lot of healing to her daughter at the moment. There's been a lot of tears and there's been a lot of changes around. I feel she's trying to reach out to her daughter, this lovely lady. So I feel I want to go motherly actually with this link as it comes forward. I'm very aware with this lady as well, though. I lose a lot of weight towards the end with her, and I do feel like there's a cancerous condition. There's something going on with this lovely lady, and with her age as well here. I don't want to put her at a great age. I want to put. No. I'm never fantastic with ages here. I want to go late 50s, 60s. I don't want to put her any older than that with this lovely lady. And I feel like it could have been like a breast cancer sort of condition here. I feel like I'm breathless around my chest area with her as well. Okay. Okay. She's quite emotional. She comes in here, bless as well. She's taken me to I know you would have been with her when she passes, and she takes me to this moment, and you're holding her hand, and you were talking to her. But I know with this lovely lady, she was in and out of her consciousness towards the end here. But I know that you were holding her hand and you were talking to her, and she said, "I could hear everything, love, even though I wasn't conscious. I just want you to know that I heard everything," she says. And she's saying, "Thank you so much for everything that you've done." She's quite tearing up here as well, I want to say. You would have a ring connection belonging to her. Also feel like there's Catholic links or something here, because I'm being shown like a necklace with a cross or a St. Christopher. So I feel like she would have had a faith, I do believe, or would have liked to go to church as well. That features strongly. She shows me a little Bible as well, please, as memories, I want to say as well here. Coming in with so much love. I'm hoping someone can take her. Amanda Price, sounds like my mum. I definitely feel like this is a mum link here, and I know it's been very emotional. Mum's just trying to send a lot of healing to you at the moment, my love, as well. Okay, talking about you've got decisions to make with something as well, and it's wearing quite heavily on you, please, as well, I want to say. But Mum's showing me the horse, so I want to give a lot of strength around this situation. That I'm not going to open it up, but I know I've got to acknowledge it from the spirit here. Okay. I'll hand over to you for a minute now, Bill, if that's all right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I got that great sense, as you said, with there being a cancerous condition placed around this communicator. And what she was showing me was a scenario where her final days, the recipient would understand that there was some type of controlled line that was placed in to eradicate any type of pain. I feel as though I want to associate it to what would be known as like a Hickman line, where there would be a pump that would automatically release dosages of pain-killing medication. And I'm so glad that I've just seen that comment. Go back to Dawn Lear, please, producer Richard. Okay, if you can find Dawn Lear, because when Helen opened up on the link, Dawn's message came up and I was drawn to Dawn straight away. And now I've got a message that's just come up, that's my mum. So I feel as though, for me, straight away, there's the pull. There's the pull that I want to connect. So Dawn, just continue to converse with us and let us know if you can understand and relate to the additional information that's being brought forward here in the message as well, please, my lovely. You would also understand as well, Dawn, that the reason why I was drawn to you in specific, because you had your profile picture that gets displayed on my screen here, and it was the eyes instantly that drew me to you and drew me to this lady, because there was such a resemblance around the eye area that she just encapsulated me with. So again, do let me know that you can understand with regards to there being almost like a doppelganger visualization that she just wants to place with me, with a pair of you there as well. But I have to acknowledge as well, guys, as I'm working with her, that she makes me understand that her space and her time with regards to her final days before she made her transition were very soft, and that they were very peaceful as well. For some reason, I want to say that she places within my mind like patio doors that would open out from where her bed was. These patio doors would open out, and I can just see vast amounts of landscape. Okay, and she just takes my mind there. Dawn, their mum had cancer of the throat. Thank you, Dawn, for conversing and let us. Idea, I know that you're saying you can also relate to this, so please do listen in. Mine and Mum's were exactly the same, 100%. That's where I was taken as soon as I linked in there as well. And Heidi's saying, I'm my mum's double. Everyone says as well. Okay, let's get a little bit more. I wonder if either of you ladies can relate to this scenario she plays out within my mind with regards to these double doors opening out and there being this landscape, peaceful landscape from my room. Okay, and that really did set things up for a beautiful transition. That's where I feel I need to go with that information, and that would relate with whomever it Dawn. There we go. It was, she stayed with me and I had the patio doors. Okay, right. Now, Dawn, you would also understand as well why she just makes me at this moment in time feel incredibly hot. Now, generally that's my trigger, my link and understanding about infection with spirit, but I don't want to go there. What I want to do is I just want to flip that, and I just, sadly, I want to place that in your lap as a present for present day scenario. There's a lot going on around you where there's, I want to say, a lot, forgive me, a lot of heat, hot spells around you, my darling, and I'm, so much that I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm getting all like flabbergasted. I'm just saying to take it off now, please, because I've had enough of that. So you would understand why she just places that with me, and if that relates to you, again, give me the feedback. Let me know that you understand there as well. And also, what she wants to say to me as well is, it's all about making sure that the pennies were counted as well. Now, this lady, it's me, lots of health problems. God bless you. We will ask those healing angels to surround you with the support that it is that you need now, because I was really getting a sense and feel for that. So God bless you. Healing on its way. It's all about the pennies, she's saying to me. Now, I know that she would have really have looked after the pennies. I know that, okay? But it's all about the pennies as well that I just want to be placing around you. There's some significance, again, that she wants to drop into your lap for present day information that you can relate to, where we have had to, or we are having to have conversations, and I feel as though I'm going next generation down here, where we're having to talk about how we're managing our money, how we're managing the pennies, because I feel as though we're being a little bit frugal with our money and we're not really taking accountability for our spending habits. And again, give me the feedback and let me know if you relate. And what I'm going to do whilst we're waiting on that info is hand over to David, because I can see that he's got loads dropping in through his mind now.
Thank you, Bill. I'm glad you talked about the heat, because I'm sat here sweating. So that's validation for you. Yeah, pretty much like Helen, Bill says, what I keep seeing in my head is a bed and just being laid in a bed. But again, I do feel very peaceful with it. So I don't feel any pain. I just feel very at peace here. I was given the months of July and December from this lady as well. And I actually feel this lady was quite a funny lady. I think she was a gorgeous lady, but I feel like she had quite a nice personality as well. And I feel like she was funny without meaning to be funny. So it could be like the one-liners or things like that. But I just feel but she's a gorgeous lady, I've got to say. And as Helen alluded to earlier, there's such emotion coming through with her, because I feel like I want to hug you and I want to give you a big old hug. And obviously we can't get you to do that, but that's my feeling here, because she's such a gorgeous, warm woman. I need to laugh because she keeps talking about flat shoes. So I don't want heels, I want flat shoes. I've got up here as well. And she gives me violets, which are flowers, right? No good with those, but I need to give violets here as well. That's placed in my head. And there's something about magpies. So I feel that maybe something to do with superstition, because what I want to do is salute when I see them. And that's someone who might have a superstition about magpies, but magpies seem to be important somewhere, because I want to do that. Now, again, coming back to the healing that Bill has talked about, I keep getting the colour green come in. So that's my healing colour. So I know when I get that colour come in, that's lots and lots of healing being sent your way. And one thing I did hear in my head was put the records on. So I don't know if that's a memory link about listening to music together, or whether it's just liked her records, but I want to put the records on. And there's also that sense of it's okay to listen to them, because sometimes when we relate a song to someone that's passed, it can bring through a certain emotion. But saying it's okay to put the records on and listen to that music. And then just lastly, she showed me lollipops, but they're the lollipops that came out of like the multi packs, where they're round and flat with just a bit of plastic over covering the ends. That and it's a name like Vicky or Victoria. I don't get too caught up on names, but that name has just literally just been placed in my head.
I got that as well.
You got that as well, okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting for the. Oh no! So one last thing, I'm also getting the colour blue here as well. It's why I feel they're relating to someone living, that there are some communication issues going on, and she is encouraging that communication. I don't know if it's a breakdown of communication, or whether you feel you're not quite expressing yourself correctly, but there is that coming in to heal the throat chakra there as well. That's what I'm getting for the moment, Bill.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. So we've got Dawn that relates to this. We've also got Heidi who can relate to this as well. So we're not going to dismiss Heidi as well, because I feel that there's so much significance for the two of these ladies that they can both take from this message there. Okay, Helen, have you got anything else that you'd like to add into this message?
When David said about playing the records, she started dancing in the spirit world. So I could hear like the record playing, and then she started dancing, and she's like, "Come on, Helen, you're going to get up and have a dance to me." They do this to me as well now, and I think it's really lovely, because you meet them as strangers, but you feel like by the end you're like friends with all the beautiful spirit, I want to say, and I just think that's really lovely. So there is memories to dancing. I feel she would have liked to dance in her younger days, please, as well. She's really beautiful soul, but she's really proud, Dawn, of you. I want to say this, my love, to you as well. She's so proud, and she's like, hang in there, okay? I feel like she's like trying to give you that strength. And I don't know, I know with the healing, Dawn, you're saying you're needing that healing. Do you understand problems with the hip or around your leg area? Because when we were talking about healing, I want to send that healing to that lower part here with your legs and everything, because I know I've got to acknowledge that. I can't remember if David gave July as an anniversary, but I've got to give July, and I couldn't remember if he did, but I keep seeing a red ruby ring stone. And Dawn, would you understand the name Ruby, my love, as well, or a significance to a ruby ring? Because I feel like I need to bring that forward as well. And I think that's all I've got at the moment. She's just sending so much emotional support. So I know that there's either been a disagreement. If it's not with you, it's around you, my love. And she just keeps wanting to throw her arms around you and give you a big cuddle. Okay, and she sends so much love and healing, Dawn, and I'll hand over to Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Bless you both. It's funny, I picked up on that vibration of the message that you brought forward there, David, with regards to the magpie, and then Helen, you said something about it as well. But she's going through my mind. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 5 for silver, 5 for silver, and she stopped there. So I know we've just lost Helen, but she'll come back in, I'm sure of it. A little bit of a technical glitch, don't worry, guys. She's stopping me at 5 for silver. So I know that must relate to you in whatever way possible. The thing that she does with me, she shows me like commemorative coins, you know, like the Queen's Jubilee and things like that, where you get these silver coins that you would have as a keepsake. I feel that she just wants to bring that to the forefront of my mind. Again, if Heidi can relate to this, please do take from it what you can, Heidi. But you must acknowledge these silver coins, please, Dawn, that it is that she just places there with me with regards to going through that magpie run. The other thing that I just want to say with her as well is that you would understand that she gives me an understanding throughout her life that she would have fought tooth and nail. She would have fought tooth and nail to make sure that you never went without and that you always had. Dawn's just giving some feedback. Me and my 16-year-old are finding it hard as she's autistic. God bless you. Okay. you never went without. So I know that this lady gives me a great understanding. Not only would she have had a role where she would have actually been a homemaker, but she also gives me a great sense that she would have gone out to have earned extra pennies to make sure that we had enough in the pot so that you didn't go without. And you would understand, I feel as though, you know, I know it sounds quite cliche, but I go with what it is that Spirit give me. I feel as though I want to do like little cleaning jobs on the side. You would understand that she just places within my mind as well. Heidi, I collect coins. You have a box full of them, and she used to get them for me as well. There we go. Take from that what you can, sweetheart. God bless you. So just before I send her back off up to the angels, I just want to ask her if we can have a parting gift for you. Again, whether that be something that's symbolic or indeed it's already exchanged within the physical. Okay, all right. Oh, she would have loved the duster as well. I just have to bring that into the equation of the message here, because she's just waving one of those, you know, the yellow dusters. She's waving it about in front of my face as well there for you. But I'm asking her for your gift. What is it, Tom? Bring it forward. She's giving me boxes of pens. Boxes and boxes and boxes of pens. So I feel symbolically, as I work on this for you there, Dawn, you've been writing down your life story, or you've been feeling about wanting to write down your life story, please. Cleaning was her last job. Thank you. God bless you. Just give me these boxes of pens because your work is not yet finished, you would understand. But I want to share your story as well, you would understand, sweetheart. So you must be putting this down onto paper at this moment in time. Again, let me know and put the comment in the feed. And I'm going to say, God bless you and thank you so much for allowing David, myself and Helen to work with both yourself and Heidi. God bless you. Okay, not a problem, Producer Richard. Okay. Right, and also, guys, what we've got coming up on the channel tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Producer Richard? 8 o'clock tomorrow with Producer Richard and Deb Clark. They are going to be doing some reading, so please come and join them tomorrow at 8 o'clock on SPTV UK. Richard saying, I have to say, and I have to tell you, that he is the best fake reader out there. I beg to differ because, you know, when you do your card readings, Richard, they are so bang on and so accurate. I don't know if people will agree with me, guys.
I've seen that, yeah.
Topic of discussion there, but guys, let me know what you think about Producer Richard's fake card readings. Are they fake or are they accurate? Let us know in the comments section. Okay, right. Let's open up on our next communicator here, because I've had a gentleman that's been with me for some time here this evening, guys. Now, this gentleman makes me understand and he makes me feel that he wouldn't have been of old bones when he made his transition over to spirit. I know that I'm working on a father link vibration as he conjoins his energies with me here this evening. I've got a gentleman who I want to say is physically fit in his stature. I want to say that there must be a significance with the building trade. There must be a significance with scaffolding that places around this gentleman as well. And I feel as though I want to talk about scaffolding being significant around my time of passing as well with this chap, because I feel and I understand with the way that he works with me, accidental comes into my mind. So my life transitioned through accident. Okay, I don't feel that there's a great sense of illness placed with him. As I say, gives me a great understanding about there being a good physical essence to him. I don't feel as though I want to really go very much beyond my 50s with this chap as well, you would understand. I've got a good head of hair. I know with him as he stands beside me, I stand around about 5'12", 5'13". So I wasn't on the shorter side of life with him. And I also feel as well that I've got a lighter head of hair. I don't want to be dark-headed with him. It just makes me feel as though I've got a slightly lighter head of hair as he starts to conjoin his energies that little bit closer. I do want to talk Kate Green, my dad, my daughter's just had scaffolding up. Wonderful. Thank you, Kate, for coming forward. Let me know if you can relate to the rest of the information there. You would understand as well that with this gentleman, standing beside him would also be mum as well. Okay, so I know that I've got mum and dad that have both transitioned over into spirit as well there, darling. So do let me know if you can relate to that information as well. Sheena's saying my stepdad died at 42, was well built, was building a wall when he died. Okay, thank you very much, Sheena, as well. And Princess Peachums, Nikki Booth, my father-in-law died on the building site. Okay, and can you understand as well, please, my lovely, that there's significance around the scaffolding and why he took me there as well, please? Okay. Somebody around you at this moment in time, if it's not yourself, you would understand you've got some type of indigestion problems, you've got some type of issue going on where you've got a lot of heartburn that just comes into my mind and feeling at this moment in time as well. Going back to him, I just want to say that I want to stand on the larger side of life with regards to my personality. I know that when I came into a room that I was the light bulb, I lit everything up, I was drawn, everybody would be drawn to me, I was the magnet. There wasn't a bad bone in this gentleman's body. Wendy Watson, my dad passed at 42, concrete up, height, hair, spot on, mum gone as well, nephew is a scaffolder, but dad died in his sleep. Thank you, Wendy, for giving me that feed and that information there as well, darling. Larger than life personality, as I say, everybody's drawn to him. There wasn't a bad bone in his body. You know what? He was a practical joker. He made everybody laugh. He was well known. He was very well respected. He was a very, very polite gentleman as well. I know that as he takes me back somewhat within the story of his own life, his beginnings weren't particularly good. Okay, I know that he really had a hard start in life, but it was his pure drive and determination that made him very, very successful. And I feel as though I want to go on and I want to be doing some type of role, or I want to have some type of role that would sit within like a social club, or there being a club of some type of description where I would have been an active member. That's what I feel I've got so far, guys. Who do I want to hand over to next? Who's ready?
I've got a few things popping in. So linking on to what you said, Bill, yeah, I don't feel a man of a very old age either. I do feel like I'm in my 40s. I'm just drawn to the 40s area.
Okay.
That's just my feeling when I'm being pulled to there. I do feel like as you said, his passing was, I feel it was unexpected. I don't feel like we were expecting him to pass when he did at all. I also was drawn to the heart. I don't know if that was a heart condition he had that he didn't know about, or whether that belonged to somebody here. But again, I went to my chest as well. Again, I had cheeky placed in my head, so that cheeky chappy, bit of a cheeky personality that I had there as well. And there was a lot of energy about this man, a lot of youth about him. I feel very much a jovial kind of person. I don't feel like he took himself very seriously, really, but I do feel a very grounded, down to earth man as well. I feel he worked very, very hard, and this could be the scaffolding connection, but my hands feel really, really rough, or like big, strong hands I've got with this gentleman as well. I also saw the lighter hair with this man, and I want to give daffodils. So daffodils I feel they're more related to someone down here. But I also want to say, I feel like he said to somebody, I think he did say it, but the feeling is, there's either he did say it in jest, or there's a conversation about, when I die, I don't want a load of flowers. I don't want a load of flowers on my, no, don't bother. But again, I just feel like it came out of the blue. Like there was no planning or preparing for what this was. I'm not picking up anything else at the moment, so I'll hand over to Helen. If you're picking anything up with this gentleman.
Okay, thank you. I feel like the same as both of you, really. I don't put him at a great age. I want to say he's about 42, 43. And I do think it's his heart, and I think it was sudden. So it's something that it was like I'm here and then I'm not, kind of really quick with the passing. I want to say very unexpected as well. I feel like this is like somebody's father, because I feel like he wants to, is coming around his daughter, I want to say, at the moment. He's reaching out there. Okay. And I know I've got to raise a glass, so I want to say we're in June now. So there's a birthday literally just gone in the last week, or there's one coming up, because he's raising a glass. He's gone cheers, and I know he's saying happy birthday. So there's a significant birthday, I want to say, and he's put a big cake here as well. So he wants you to know that he's, you know, not forgotten your birthday, bless his heart. He was a very warm person, very down to earth. I do feel he worked outside, because his hands and face look kind of like weathered, where he's been out in all weathers, bless him. But he is a very down-to-earth person, very warm. And again, he did say it as it was, very honest, and you knew where you stood with him, my love, as well, I want to say here as well. And he's saying, you know, you've got to speak your mind with something. So I feel like he's definitely trying to reach out to his daughter with something here. And he's like, you know, a problem shared is a problem half. So I feel like he's talking about needing to sort of like say your bit with something, or say your piece with someone, my love. That's what he's touching on as well. Okay. I'll just see if there's anything more here. And he would understand there's a brother link, please. And I do think that his brother is here. There's definitely a brother link, because he's bringing in, he makes me aware of a brother connection with him as well. Oh, Cassie Turner, my birthday next week. It's funny, because when your picture come up just a little bit earlier with another message, I was quite drawn to you, my love, as well. I want to say to you as well, okay, he's talking about, Cassie, as well, changes going on in your life at the moment, my love. And I feel like I want to say changes around work, and also someone thinking of moving. I'm getting both of these things coming in as I've just mentioned your name. Spirit, take me to these things at the moment for you. So I want to say a lot of changes coming in. Some of them are unexpected as well. So it's like, oh, I need to keep up the pace with what's going on. Okay. And I will now hand over to Bill. That's all I've got for a minute. Thank you, Bill.
Lovely. I don't generally get lots of names, but for some reason I want to talk about Tony as well, because I've just had Tony drop into the forefront of my mind. So Tony must connect either with himself, or indeed Tony would connect to him as a significant name that he just wants to share here this evening. Now, just before we send him back up to the angels, it's funny because, as you said, Casey, Tony Wright, there we go. My uncle passed, my brother, the scaffolding site. His mum and dad are with him. I had heartburn, always buys daffodils for granddad. His dad was 43 and was like a dad to me, works on cars. There we go. So
I've just had cars placed in my head as well.
So I feel, for me, that I want to just finish this message off here with Tony, because I just got that name called, literally, and I can see that beautiful dog there. And it's funny, because I would associate that dog to Oliver Twist and Bullseye, but for some reason I do actually want to like have a love for dogs around this gentleman, and I do want to acknowledge dogs being spirit side with him as well, because I can just hear woofs in the background. But Tony, just before I send him back off up to the angels there for this evening, I just want to see what I can get from him with regards to a parting gift there for you. So can you also understand as well, please, for some reason, he just wants to tie a scarf, like a woolly scarf, around my neck, but I still want to wear short sleeves in the winter time. So he would just literally put like a scarf on around his neck. He'd still have his short sleeve shirt, and he'd go out in all elements. I don't feel like I want to have a jacket with him for whatever reason. It just drops that into my mind as well. I hope that sits well and you can understand why he's done that. Where are we going with this gift, my friend? Okay. And there's also some type of significance with regards to this gift that he leaves with me for you. It's funny, because we had problems this evening with earphones, didn't we? And he wants to give Tony a set of like earphones at this moment in time. So Tony, there must be an issue around you where we've either just replaced our earphones, or we're in the process of doing so. There's got to be some type of significance. So again, pop it in the feed and let us know. And I'm going to say God bless you and thank you for giving all three of us opportunity to work with you. And guys, whatever you could take from it, please do so. God bless you all. Right, we've got time for one more quick one, guys. So who wants to open up? Who wants to go? Go first. Speak now, forever hold your pieces.
Let me go with this lady I've got quickly in my head.
Yeah.
For what she's in her kitchen, right? She loves the kitchen, and she's cutting up beetroot. So there's beetroot she's got. It's not out of a jar. It's fresh beetroot I've got here, and she's cutting up this beetroot, and she's humming as she's doing it. So I think she'll love to hum a tune. Quite a happy-go-lucky lady. Very, very nice lady. What else is she doing? She's got an apron on as well, so she would have worn an apron, not just nothing, just an apron while she's cooking. Okay, the month of May I want to give as well. The month of May has popped in. I also want to give the name of Margaret. It seems to connect somewhere. Don't necessarily think it's her name, but there's a Margaret there as well. I've had Sheila just been shouted at me, so wherever that is placed. And I feel like people would have come in the back door. I feel like I'm in the kitchen and people wouldn't have used the front door. They would have used the back door to come in. Again, a shorter lady. Don't see a tall lady here. 5 foot, 5'1", that kind of height. But a very, very happy lady. You would never have seen this lady miserable. Not at all. Okay. For some reason, she said to me she didn't watch a lot of TV. I felt like she would have stayed away from the TV quite a bit. And there's books on the table here as well. So I think she was more of a reader than she was watching the TV. That's all I've got for the moment. So I'll pass on to one of you two.
Don't forget the apple strudel. That's what she's just thrown in when you were talking about the beetroot. Helen, go on. Sorry.
That's fine. It's fine, Bill, because I've got jam again. I've got jam jars all lined up. So we're doing well, isn't it? I think they're trying to tell us something, aren't they? What do you want to eat, guys? What do you want to eat? I've got a sandwich being made and a cup of tea and a slice of cake all going on here now. I do feel with this lovely lady though, because she's got a little pinny on as well, and she's not very tall, but she's a very honest person. Again, I want to say she said it as it was, and you knew where you stood with her. She's got a really beautiful energy. I see her hair to be quite short, and again, I feel grandmotherly, motherly link coming in here with her as well. I feel husband went to spirit first, and she says I've met up with my husband, so she's wants to bring that forward as well here. Again, I keep getting rings this evening, but I've got a place a ring, so someone would have her wedding ring, I believe, as well. She says this. She's lined up all these jam jars. She keeps showing me all her jam jars now. I do feel with her as well, though. She's showing me an old-fashioned Singer sewing machine, and she's sitting next to me here now. I'm doing her sewing while she's cooking. She's multitasking, this lady. I love her. She's sewing, she's cooking, she's got everything. So she was very much like that as a person, I want to say. Do you know what I mean? And that's all I'm kind of getting at the minute with her. She would have worn glasses, I feel. Oh, and breathless with her, actually, I have to say. So I hadn't given that. I feel quite breathless with her, and I feel a lot of confusion towards the end with her because she's struggling to get her words out as well. And I'll hand over to Bill. Thank you, Bill.
As she's just walking behind me here at this moment in time, I can hear her shuffling. So she wouldn't pick her feet up, this lady. She would be more of a shuffler, you would understand, where she would drag her slippers across the floor, okay? Because I'm getting that being played out within the back of my mind here. Reagan King, my grandmother was 5 foot. She loved cooking and aprons, but not beetroot. She never watched TV. We used to go through the side gate and back door. Never went to the front door or use the front door. Short hair. Perfect. Wonderful. Give us some more feedback if you relate to the other information. The books that you were talking about, David, I want to say Catherine Cookson, because I'm just asking her to show them to me, and I'm seeing Catherine Cookson on the front cover there. Kath Hallworth, Mum cooked home beetroot, got Auntie Margaret in spirit, yes. Back door, got a ring, yes. Singer machine, yes. Breathlessness and confused as well. Lovely. Thank you very much, Kath, for coming forward with that information also. Emma Adams, my mum has her sewing machine. Wonderful. Thank you, Emma, as well. Let me get a little bit more information. You've got to identify to this shuffling that she's just playing in the back of my mind here. She's walking behind me, guys. I never used to pick my feet up, she's just saying to me, Bill. I never used to pick my feet up. I also know with her as well that, you know, as well as she would have just sat there and really gone into her books, she would have been a very worldly, well-lived individual. Okay. And I also understand with the way she works with me now that not only would she have been a source of information with regards to helping the younger generation with regards to their education. That's important because I want to sit at the table with her whilst I'm learning and I'm doing my work. But also, she would have been a worldly source of information moving forward with regards to life's knocks and bumps as well. Because I want to say, I've been there and I've done it and I've got the t-shirt. Grace Wilson, 1000%. Catherine Cookson, take it all, Bill. Brilliant. Wonderful, Grace. Talk to me as well, Grace. There must be this memory link association with you sitting at that table, because I can see your books. I can see this, what I depict as homework going on here, where she would have really have had an input into helping you do so. You would understand, my lovely. But also, I want to be sat at this table with you, and I also want to be very forthcoming with regards to telling you how it is in life. Now, for a lady of her generation, we wouldn't expect that. She's making me understand here, but I would have said it how it was, because it was the truth and that was the reality. Okay. And I would rather you know it rather than going into it blinded. Again, I don't know why she's given it to me. I hope that that makes sense. Reagan King, Mills and Booms, she was addicted to and knitting and crochet as well. Okay, Reagan, thank you very much. I don't feel then, Reagan, that we're with you on this at this moment in time. Right, let me just get a little bit more from her as well. There's a significance as well to her wanting to use the old-fashioned kettle, which whistles, guys. I don't know if you're picking up on that, but I feel as though I'm on the cooker top. I've got the whistle that's going on where the steam would set it off, okay? And I want to use that rather than an electric. Grace Wilson, I have her glasses breathless. Yes, thank you, Grace, as well for your feedback there as well, my darling. Okay, sweetheart. And she would have loved tinned, I want to say tinned sardines and pilchards as well. You know, the ones that you would get in the tomato sauce, okay? There's a significance of me wanting to put them on toast and topping them with cheese as well. So like you get fed, Helen, and you get cups of tea, I've now been given fish of all things, but there you go. Fish with tomato sauce on toast with a bit of grated cheese on top. Whack it under the grill. There's a significance with regards to a memory link there for our recipient. David, what else have you got, my friend, before we send her back up to the angels?
What it's just made me aware of is in her, especially in her young years, how gorgeous she looked. It's almost like I'm been shown one of those photographs from, I don't know, 1940s or 50s where it's black and white, but it was stunning, you know, flawless, that kind of look. So I don't know if someone has got a photograph or a portrait of her looking like that, but I feel it's just a little bit of evidence there. But linking onto the photographs, I do feel like she's saying, look at the photographs, get the photographs out, look at them, reminisce, it's all right. Again, they can bring a certain emotion, but it's very much want you to do that to not to feel not disconnected from family, but it's almost like that reminiscent of look at the times that were fun, look at the times that we had, rather than remember towards the end or the fact that she's no longer here physically, right? So that's, oh, and I've just been shown a necklace or a chain. It looks like it's got a locket or something on it. There's something hanging off it. That's quickly been put in my mind. So somebody here must have that as well. And that's, I feel it's giving me the name of Jane, if I'm picking it up correctly. I feel I'm probably living, but the name Jane has just been put in my head very quickly. That's all I'm getting at the moment there.
Cool. Helen, have you got anything else that you'd like to add before we send
Just a couple of bits there. I've got to give December for an anniversary, I want to say as well. And there's a memory to Christmas, but she's showing me little presents on the tree. So I feel like that is something she would have liked to do at Christmas time, because she's bringing that as a memory forward. There is black and white photographs that she's acknowledging as well here. this lovely lady saying she's really proud of you and how far you've come in your spiritual journey. I want to say is what she's saying here as well, my love. Okay, another cup of tea. I've got about 6 cups of tea here and 5 bits of cake going on. Let's just see if there's anything more. I want to give July as well, Grace, because I'm being shown a red ruby stone and the name Ruby. And I need to give the name Lily because I've got white lily flowers here, and she's brought in the biggest bunch ever for you, Grace, as well. She was very down to earth, and you were very close, I want to say, because she's given you a big hug and sending so much love and healing to you, my lovely. And I'll hand back over to Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Lovely, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Grace, I want to just touch on one last thing, and it's funny that David and both Helen have been talking about photographs, but if you've not done it, please do it, because you've been pondering with this idea. You know, those photographs that you can actually make move, you can actually bring to life. You put a still photo onto one of these apps and it actually makes the dynamics of the face change and smile and the eyes open. That's what she's playing out within my mind. So I know that I want to link that to you in some way, and that must relate, my darling. So I'm going to say, God bless you. We'll leave that message there, send it back up to the angels and say thank you so much for giving us opportunity to work with you. And I know that Emma Adams and Amanda and Wendy could relate to some of this information as well. So ladies, please do take from it what you can. And as quick as that, guys, we've done another collective consciousness. The first triple link. How did that feel?
Amazing.
That felt amazing. Yeah, it felt great.
It was fantastic. It was really good. Yeah, I loved it.
Bless you, guys. Look, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for coming on and making this happen this evening. It's been lovely to work in your energies again. Just for all of the lovelies that are at home, just run by one more time where it is that they can find you on Facebook. Helen?
Helen Ayres, Spiritualist Medium. I'm on Facebook. Find me there. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Bill. Thank you so much, Bill. And to Richard. Thank you both.
And David?
Yeah, Facebook, David H, Psychic Medium. And likewise, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Bill.
Bless you. Thank you so much, guys. And to all you guys at home, don't forget, tune in tomorrow to the channel at 8 o'clock for some of Producer Richard's fake readings. How many shares have we got tonight, Producer Richard? 79 shares, guys. To all those 79 of you that shared out, thank you so much. God bless each and every single one of you. And once again, 88. Oh, there you go. It's jumped up. Not bad. Hey, guys. Well, thank you. Look, again, guys, thank you so much for being here with me this evening. It's been lovely working with you. And for all guys who are watching at home that have shared out, that have held space, that have interacted through the comment section, it's been lovely to have your company. I will be back in a month's time, not in 2 weeks' time, because I'm taking a very much well-deserved and needed holiday. So I'll see you in 4 weeks' time with the lovely Wendy Lindsay. But until then, you all take care of you, and may the love and light of spirit be with each and every single one of you. Good night, everybody. God bless. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.